Thank you for always joining me on Centonomy Abundant Living every Thursday. It's usually very exciting for me preparing for it, and I must tell you, even when I prepare for these sessions, they're usually very helpful for me as well. It's usually my way to check in my personal development as well, to check in, am I living the best way I can, which areas can I improve? And I want to tell you a story about today's topic, which is all about the real reasons people procrastinate. So I realized that I have been postponing my process of applying for a school program that I have really been desiring to apply for and eventually get admitted. I have been procrastinating for quite a while, and that's just to say I'm human, we are human, and sometimes we do procrastinate because of different aspects. Have you ever procrastinated? Have you procrastinated on your financial goals? Is there a certain business you've been procrastinating on starting or revitalizing or bringing back up? Have you been procrastinating on improving your CV or reapplying for jobs and keeping on pushing it for tomorrow, a tomorrow that never comes? So as I was sitting down and writing down the various reasons I have been procrastinating from applying for my school, I came up with a couple of solutions. And for me, I have learned that mostly we do not procrastinate because we are lazy, not laziness. It's because of some other couple of things that I would like to share with you. And the first one is fear. A lot of fear. Like, you're so afraid of the unknown. For example, I was afraid, what if I apply for this really long process and then I don't get admitted? Fear of being rejected, fear of not being good enough, fear of even things that we have no control over. What if Corona strikes? It hadn't even struck. The fear of things that we're not even able to control. But fear is one of the main reasons many of us procrastinate. And if this is one of the reasons you've been procrastinating on something, it's time for you to attack it. It's time for you to ask yourself, if I was not afraid, what would I experience? What would I enjoy? And really, what's in it for me if I really do this thing that I have been pushing every other day? And if that thing is really worth it for you, then fear can be overcome if what is in it for you is really a big deal. Another reason I wrote here is, to be honest, as I was thinking about applying, I did not really know where to start. The process was not that easy. I was feeling stuck. I didn't know where to start. So not knowing where to start is one of the reasons as well that people procrastinate, and I procrastinated as well. So if this is for you, where you're feeling like, yes, I really want to get out of debt. Yes, I really want to start investing. Yes, I really want to get a better job. Yes, I really want to start this business, but I don't know where to start. If you've ever felt like this, that's another reason that could cause you to be procrastinating. And if that is the issue, you do not know where to start, then ask yourself, who can I speak to? What can I read? Where can I get resources that can share with me where to start? Another point that I learned was affecting me and causing me to procrastinate was perfectionism. And some of us can relate to this. You know, the desire for everything to go the way you want, for everything to be perfect, you know, for that essay to be perfect, for that exercise or test, for you to get the perfect grades, saying, let me revise completely so that I can get the highest marks. There's nothing as difficult as chasing perfectionism. It's okay to strive for excellence, but perfectionism can stall us, can cause us to get stuck, and can cause us to procrastinate our work. Another thing that caused me to procrastinate for school was actually feeling stretched too thin. I was doing a lot. I was doing a lot. I was feeling like, from a point of work, there was so much to do. From a point of the business, there was a lot to do socially. So even getting enough time to really focus on this application was hard. And it's not because it wasn't important. It's just that if you're too stretched, if you're stretched too thin, you won't have the time or the energy to focus on this thing that you really want to do. So is it possible that one of the reasons you're pushing this thing to tomorrow, the other day, next week, is because at the moment you do not have the capacity, right? You're stretched too thin. That can be one of the things that is slowing you down and causing procrastination. And finally, feeling inadequate. I realized that as I was thinking about applying for school, I was feeling not ready. I was feeling inadequate. I was not feeling like I could really do it. And this feeling of inadequacy can be a real obstacle to doing what you need to do. I was feeling like, the last time I did an exam was years ago. The last time I did proper school assignments was years ago. And I was wondering, am I even able to do them properly? Am I even able to sit through an exam and pass well? Am I even able to contribute helpful things in class? So for a while, or for some reason or the other, the brain can really play some games on you. I was feeling inadequate, and that was one of the reasons I kept on pushing the date. Is it possible that one of the reasons you're procrastinating is you're feeling inadequate? You're feeling like you're not good enough? Ask yourself why. Ask yourself, is it possible for me? How can I solve this? How can I sort out this feeling? What is in my control? And then you'll find that the solutions or insights are right there with you. Someone can support you in that journey, and then continue working on this thing that you really need to work on. So let's not blame procrastination purely on laziness. It is a factor. But when we dig deeper, we will find that there are some other key things that are slowing us down. For example, fear, not knowing where to start, the search for perfectionism, feeling inadequate, and also being stretched too thin. When you know what's the problem, you can work towards fixing it. Thank you for joining me, for taking notes, for always sharing your thoughts with me, and see you next week.